Welcome to the Fake Marketer.
Hey, that's... Wow,
I've been working on that,
been practicing.
but my voice hurts today.
Why?
Just got a bit of a cold.
Oh, have you actually got
Why,
a cold?
actually, Nick? I'll tell you why.
You went for a run yesterday.
Went for a run. 21st,
That's what position you came in.
officially.
Cool. 23 in the race.
I'm so proud of that.
I'm joking. I'm just giving you shit.
That's the toppest. That's not the right word, is it?
No, but how many were in the race?
280.
And you came 21st?
Eat me. That's good, isn't it?
That is good, yeah, I'll give you that.
And the first 2/3, I was like, wasn't even trying.
That's good.
Man, I'm really impressed.
So what was the speed throughout the whole thing? Well,
520 a kilometre, but at 3,500 feet.
it was all uphill.
Yeah. Well, up and down. It was in the mountains in
And you...
in Wales.
So it wasn't straight up 3,500 feet, but it ended up being up.
Yeah. Okay, I want a drone over these guys doing it that were like the proper winners. So he beat me by 30 minutes, 36 minutes, something like that, right? He was
hold on, and it's 15 miles.
yeah,
So that's
yeah,
2 minutes a mile.
yeah, and he's a senior, so over 60.
So if you're running at 5, did you just say your bit 5 things in kilometres or
kilometers,
miles?
yeah.
So what's that in miles?
So 1.6, so it's about 8, 10. So
He's doing it in
6.
6.
Up a hit, I can't figure it out.
So in kilometres, he's doing it in 3.
Just under 4, yeah.
So when I'm doing my sprint for a kilometre and a half that I boasted about last
So
year, he's doing that speed for 15 miles.
So for the first 4K, I was like, right, I'm going to see if I can keep up with the top boys. There's 5, I was like, there's right. So I kept up with them for 4 kilometres, and we were doing just over 4 minutes a kilometre. And then I realised that I couldn't continue that pace. I was just intrigued to see how long could I keep up with them, and
you felt it. What did you feel at that point?
Oh, I felt I could have kept going, but I was like, I've got a long way to go.
Was it like my engine's going to burn out?
No, not really.
Far too quickly.
No, because I'm fucking nails, aren't I?
No, but why can't?
Could have done it, but it was like, I'll let them.
No, because you've still got to.
But you've got to. Yeah. So what you're saying is,
I'd have burnt out. I'd have burnt out at some point.
That's what I mean. Your engine would have burnt
At some stage.
Yeah.
But not anytime soon.
Yeah, but even if that was at 8 or 9 miles,
Potentially, yeah.
you're then done. Whereas they've done enough and they're fit enough to know that 15, they can do that pace for 15 miles.
Correct. Because we're doing things like this on Monday evening, Nick. So yeah, that was my weekend.
Well, if we do well and retire, you can run every day, can't you?
You could run and do the podcast. Isn't there that guy
You could run every day.
What's that guy that does the podcast where he goes hiking at the same time?
Well, you can just about get the audio quality in here, Nick. Michael.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my weekend, Nick.
It's good.
And that's why I've got a bit of a dicky throat.
Were you on the verge of getting a bit ill before the race?
I have been ill.
Oh, you have been ill?
Yeah, I've been ill. But, just life goes on. I could not have done it. Just not re-roll.
But then you would have quit on yourself, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, today we're going to be discussing landing pages.
Yeah. So people who listen to this, if they're into fitness, they'll always have a bit of a fitness and cooking. They'll be like, wonder what the guys have been up to today.
What knives are Nick?
Apart from running a marketing company, I wonder what these guys have been up to. James been for a run and Nick's been looking at another more pans. Watched Jamie Oliver last night. Really good.
Did you actually?
Watched Jamie Oliver's new programme, Mediterranean.
Do you like Jamie Oliver?
Yeah.
I know some people don't really like him.
Yeah, it's good.
It's got a lisp, hasn't he?
I actually thought to myself, because we always mention Gordon Ramsay's pans.
Yeah.
Doesn't do many cooking programmes, does he? Gordon Ramsay.
He's just sort of coasting off the ones he's done for a while.
I can't remember seeing, apart from Christmas time, I don't think I've ever watched a cooking programme of Gordon Ramsay.
I think that Gordon Ramsay couldn't give a shit, and he's probably making so much money from his restaurants.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is a chef but doesn't, whereas Jamie Oliver only does cooking programmes, doesn't he?
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay does more like the kitchen nightmares. And
No. He tried it. He failed.
Who, Gordon did?
No, Jamie. He sold it, didn't he? He sold his rights to that company, and then all his restaurants went kaput.
Yeah.
Jamie's Italian.
Yeah. Anyway, right, landing pages.
Yeah, so the reason I want to bring this up is because we've had a client today, and on Thursday we'll be going through the landing page of the client. So effectively, anyone who's doing anything to do with landing pages.
Well, first of all,
needs to listen to this.
let's just take a bit of a step back.
What's a landing page?
What is a landing page?
A landing page is a miniature website that has no links out of it apart from the only actions that you want someone to do.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
If you send them to a website, here's an example. Went to a restaurant on Saturday night in Oxford. Browns.
Basement Browns.
No, just Browns.
Okay.
Really nice. It's been 45 years it's been there for. I haven't been there in 20 years. I used to go there with Michelle. Because there's one in Bristol.
I've got an update on that, but anyway, go
Hold on, because there's one in Bristol.
Yeah.
So, was going to meet Josh. He was in Oxford, so we thought, okay, he wanted picking up and bringing home step mine. So I thought, okay, we'll go out for dinner there. It's not overly expensive. It's middle class.
Okay, forget that. Right, landing page, yeah.
Anyway, they said, can you do a review? I said, I'll do a review. And they gave me a little card. And on that card, it said, do a review on Google and get a complimentary cocktail on your next visit. I'm all in.
Yep.
It's 12 quid a cocktail. We'll have 2 of those cards, please. Yeah? So anyway, yesterday morning, I've got nothing to write. Sunday morning, I've got nothing to do. This is, and the reason I'm saying this is just to give you an idea of how people are in life. I have nothing to do for the entire day. I scan the QR code on the card, it opened up, and it takes me to their website.
Boo.
I then had to look at where I put a review. But in the meantime, I saw everything I wanted to see. I do 2-for-1 deal, Sunday lunch, buy one, get one free, anything to distract me from what I went there for. Do you get me?
Can we tag them in this, Michael? Yep.
Everything I wanted to do. So it took me 3 attempts because of my own brain distracting me to actually go to the bit I need to review.
So my question would be is, why, if it took you 3 times, why did you continue to do it?
Because I wanted my free cocktail for leaving a review.
Just the hook was good enough.
The hook was good enough to make me go there 3 times. But the distraction was also good enough to make it 3 attempts before I even filled out the bloody review. Now we go to a business's landing page. If you send someone to a landing page where they're distracted by other things other than what you're asking them to do, what are the chances that they're going to fill it in and finish off what they wanted to do? Which takes me to my client's one today.
Go on.
So the client has gone, like a lot of people, if I have a landing page, I could put Google ads on it. And what happens if you put a Google ad on your page? You get a little bit of money when they click on it.
Is this one Jake called me about earlier? Yeah, okay.
Okay. So there's things going on there. And how does a Google ad a Google banner ad work? It works by cookies following what you've been doing. So the example of Rosie's opening up the landing page today, she saw a flight sale. So the top of the banner. So someone's going to this landing page. We've put an ad out there for this client, and we've said, hey, this is you. It's amazing dog whistle copy. Only the person who needs this product would click this ad. The ad has done what it needs to do. People are clicking through it. And we're trying to get more people to actually fill in the form. But what's happening when they get there? They see 8 to 10 different distraction points, freebies, all this sort of stuff. And then a banner ad from Google at the top, which showed that Rosie was looking at flights and has given her a banner to say, get one flight, get another one free. What's she going to do? Probably click on the flight because she's more interested in booking a holiday than what she's coming to the landing page for. You see what I mean? So this was probably the worst case of landing page that I've seen for a long time.
Landing pages are one of those where they are so undervalued, and I get quite annoyed when. So I'll click on Google Ads now and again, yeah. So I'm looking for something, and even though actually I was with an agency recently, and they're like, why did you go down to the first one and click it? And I was like, because it's going to cost some money. It's like, fuck that. Press the Google
Yeah,
ad.
no, I'm not you because we know how it works.
Yeah, so I don't want to cost something because I know
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
going to spend. So I'm, the nice guy.
But do you, I don't think the consumer. I don't think from when I've questioned consumers, and it's not that I sit down at a fucking friend's house and question them on how they
You got no
go
friends.
on the internet. But what I do, but I have had conversations of what do you do on a page when they go on the Google. Most people don't even know they're sponsored ads.
Nick, I stalk people when I'm on the train and in public
yeah.
places.
But most people don't know those are ads.
No, Michael, I watch what they do. I was watching a girl on the train. She was only young, so I was like, no, but I was watching how she interacted with social.
I did the same.
And I was watching, and I'm not going to say older, so like a lady in her 40s, when I was going to Birmingham actually with Quinn the other week, and I was intrigued to how she was using TikTok.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Was she using it how you use it?
Yeah, she was more just absorbing the content, but she was clicking a lot in terms of actual. I was like, wow.
I was watching someone coming back from the airport the other day on the young girl, probably your age, Michael, mid-20s or something like that. She was looking at her friends' pictures on Instagram, but she was going through the day's worth of Instagram pictures and carousels and multiple things, looking at them, taking it all in, then going back up to the top, and then it was like, first stage, go through them and take it in. Second stage, I'll decide what I'm going to like now. And then she goes back through all the pictures and slides and double taps and likes things. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just do that in the first place? But it's really interesting when you watch how people do things. She had massive long nails as well, when you can't figure out how they actually control a screen on a phone because these big fake nails.
Yeah. Sorry, I totally forgot what I was going off a massive
So,
tangent. But no, they're undervalued. And going on to Google, sorry, what annoys me is that I will click on a Google ad on the odd occasion. And I'm, let's say, in market for something. Let's say, like when I was in market for this watch, it would actually, yes, here you go. I've got an example, and it's actually a watch shop in Leamington or Kenilworth. So looking for this watch, clicked on, again trying to get some content, and it took me to a website for a local shop in Kenilworth. I'm sure it's Kenilworth, just their homepage.
Yeah, I know.
I've gone to look for this specific watch, and yes, they may sell it.
That was a Google ad just to
Nick, that was a Google ad.
But was a Google ad about the watch? Was it actually that watch? Or was it watches?
No, it's this watch.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm sure I've
And you followed it through, didn't you? And it broke the chain from clicking the
Well, I
ad.
clicked on it, I was like, why have you sent me here? Like, what?
Find the product again.
It was rubbish. And obviously, we're in it, so we understand it more. But I'm like, why have you done that? But the problem is, if you overanalyze everything you do, like even the other day, I was going to get an ice cream from the shop over there, the boat centre.
Yeah.
I was annoyed with the ad, the sign outside. I was like, that's just shit. But I know, but your brain, the problem is, because you do what we do, you're like, oh, that's rubbish. You'll do it with video,
But I think, but whether the consumer's thinking about these things or not, it still needs to be right because you're just going to have a higher bounce rate of consumers going, like my example of the review. I know I'm going to do a review. I'm going to get a £12 cocktail out of this next time I go there for free. I'm up for that. I got distracted on three different things on their page.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And that example there is they've probably spent 50p to £1, let's say, on my click, and that's gone through just a random page, and I've clicked off it straight away.
It's waste of money.
The worst thing is, I even went on there. I was like, that's just cost the money this has, and it's a small firm, watch shop or jewellers in Kenilworth. You're thinking, who's done that for them? Yes, they can't have a specific landing page.
They may have done it themselves, no?
Maybe. But whatever. They could have done a specific landing page for each particular product. The problem is they've got too many products for it to be...
Yeah, but they've got a website that you can click to the product page, so you don't need a landing page, you just put the product page on the ad.
I again, totally agree. But yeah, that was crazy. But the amount of service-based businesses that I've clicked on for stuff that we've needed, and it goes through to their website. There's no landing page there. It's madness. Whether it's like IT support, I'm trying to think the last thing we've looked for, but it's especially with things like Google Ads or even some of the stuff we do, is why aren't you using landing pages? Because we know you get distracted easily when you go onto a website. We all do it. Like whether it's H&M, whether it's watches, whatever it is, you click on a website and you'll it's open season.
So easily distracted.
Oh, so easily.
So you've got to take someone down a path, and that's it. And the thing is with this particular client is that it's a 2-stage landing page as it is. So the first page is filling in your name, 2 other simple details, and then continue.
Is it a progressive form?
What do you mean by a progressive form?
A progressive form, Nick, is where you don't see all the questions. You see the first couple.
And then you have to press continue.
And then it progresses to the next one.
Yeah, but the next one is all the opt-in stuff. The thing is, the client makes money out of the opt-ins.
Yes,
and they're also just trying to make money out of the banner ads. That's why they got a banner ad on it.
Yeah.
All these different things. But the problem is, you can't have all that and then expect the consumer, if 100 people are coming in today and it's costing you £100 a day for those 100 people to come into your landing page, you've got to get 100 of them to actually become a lead. So they're not doing it at all. And the thing is, they're making it really, so it's hard enough as it is because it's a 2-stage progressive landing page. It's also asking for opt-ins. And really, who wants to opt into anything? Because we automatically just think it's third-party rubbish. And they've got banners all over it. And not only that, they've also, because I think one of the biggest things that come from when we're talking to people about their landing pages, they don't get, you're like, okay, it looks brilliant. It looks like my website, but you haven't got the title. You haven't got the drop-downs at the top. No, because it's not your website. We don't want them to then drop down, look at men's and women's clothing.
That's where a lot of clients get confused when they're like, where's the header?
Header, that's it.
I thought I'd just jump
Forgot
in
my
there
job
and give
then.
you a hand. Yeah, so no, it's not. Well, but I want my, I want it. No. We want the consumer or the prospect to take the action we want them to do.
Yeah,
that's all we want.
Holding the hand.
We don't want them to click. We don't want them to just fill in that landing page or whatever action that is and go about their day.
If you're searching for a pair of black jeans and you've seen some ad for some black jeans, it's always black jeans.
It's always black jeans. In the data world, Michael, it's accountants UK wide.
4,261. SIC, what's the SIC code for that?
For solicitors, accountants, 74. Is it 201? No, that's freight. 201 and 209 are freight.
No, freight's not 74 though, is it? I thought freight was like 60.
Oh, 64209. 74201.
What am I putting in?
SIC code 03. SIC code
03.
03. Accountants. 74141. Bollocks, okay. Anyway. There you go. Nearly.
Can't have headers.
Yeah, remove the headers. Don't want the headers.
You just basically, it's like you're in a shop, they've seen the item they want, they've said to someone, where do I go to get this? And that person takes them all the way through Marks and Spencer's, down the escalator, all the way to where they get the product, and then walks them to the till and puts blinkers on them. Oh, look at that dress over there. You don't want to see that dress.
I looked over there then to see that dress.
You don't want to see that dress. So anyone who's building a landing page just needs to basically look over it and go, the thing is, I think what people tend to do is without that header bar, they go, oh, but it looks a bit plain, don't they?
Well, we've got a good example, Michael, of our best ever converting landing page, which was the one Drayton Bird did for us.
Oh, yeah.
It was the one where it's just a blank page,
Yeah.
screen, and all it had is just a red, massive
arrow
with name, business name and email,
Yeah.
phone number maybe. It's like maybe those just threes.
Fill
and
in
it
here.
said, fill in here. That was it. The most successful thing we've ever done. I think it's something like 67%. It was just absurd.
And if people probably looked at that, they'd probably think, oh, that's a rubbish landing page.
Yeah, we did at the time. It was like...
We were comparing it to our landing page, which we spent hours making it look amazing with all the colours and the branding. This didn't even have any branding on it.
Had nothing, Michael.
I don't even think it had the company name on it.
No, it didn't. It was, honestly, it was the most bizarre
and it
landing
worked.
page. It worked an absolute treat. But I have got some stats for you, Nick. 11 stats that make a case for a landing page. Mm-hmm. So I want you to basically say if you agree or disagree. And if you disagree, you need to tell me why. So the average landing page conversion rate across all industries is around 10%, but for ours is 20% for clients,
we
give
go
or
20,
take.
yeah. We aim for 20.
We aim for 20. 1 in 5, really, as long as the traffic's good. So agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
So number 2, landing pages are the least popular type of sign-up form, but they have the highest conversion rate at around 23% for us, and 62.6% of leading landing pages already use them.
Yeah.
Businesses using landing pages see an average conversion lift up of 30%.
Using a landing page. Yeah.
And the reality is for that is it's because using things like progressive forms, those landing pages will have a better quality of traffic.
They will, yeah.
So back in the day when Meta was a pain, when it was sort of in-app forms, that's where that stats come from.
Yeah.
Now we know the in-app forms are a lot better.
But I still think I would still like to try with the right clients who are prepared to spend some money doing some good landing pages to actually use them. I think the problem is with a lot of our clients, they're just not great, and then when we say to them what it's going to cost to make it work better, they're not up for it. But I'd quite like, because the online forms, but you can give a lot more information, can't you? You can get someone a bit more into the brand and stuff like that with a landing page opposed to a form.
Yeah, I'm sort of up in the air with sort of landing pages versus in-app forms. I'm indifferent. I used to love landing pages. Love a landing page because they were, don't they? We know they still work. Then I was in love with in-app forms, and now I'm sort of a little bit indifferent.
What, as if you could go back to landing pages again?
Yeah, a little bit.
Found a website that says 40 best landing page examples for 2023.
Calm. Oh, that's the sleep app, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the next one?
So the only thing you can do on that Calm one is get started.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do on that one is start your website.
Yeah.
The only one you can do on that one is
CD baby.
sign up for free.
Free account. Yeah. Netflix, I forgot about that.
Put your email address in, get started.
But look how simple that is. Like, look at that. That is a thing of beauty.
It's got a big red button away.
Enjoy on your TV.
And I also think the problem is that we get greedy with the information we want off someone. Do you know what I mean? Netflix know that you're just going to put your email in and get started. Then they're going to ask you for the other details to fully set your account.
But that's why I like the progressive form. They've got the value out of you from day one, or from the first
the email.
interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got any others, Marco?
Yeah.
This is
Brushing perfect.
Gobby. I've never heard of those.
Goby, yeah. Gobby.
Gobby has a sock.
I wonder if they're any good.
What Gobby?
How do you feel about the bit where they write like stuff like this? Do you think that's unnecessary?
Well, yeah, no, it's just any objections or explaining what they do more because you may have never heard of them. So if it's a top of funnel, you've got an ad, but you want to explain a bit more about what you do. But after, let's say it's split into 3 blocks. First block, brand, put your email address in. Next block, explain what you do. Again, you need the button. You need the button on every block. You don't want them to scroll back up again.
No. Or here's some other actually little stats while you're going for those. Actually, I like that one. That one's really good.
Just a shop 50%. Oh, that's the only thing you can really click.
So
Yeah.
a couple of stats then going on off continuing these, which is 30% of top landing pages use video content, and again for me, brilliant. They can watch the video on that particular landing page. They're not going to be distracted. They can watch it and go about their day. 36% of top landing pages have testimonials, and 11% have reviews. Now,
36% have testimonials and 11% have reviews.
yeah. The problem with testimonials is, and this is quite contentious, is that we know that a lot of businesses lie about their testimonials. They do. Like even on like The Apprentice, you see some of their like, you know, when they dig into their businesses and you see, oh, you've sold 1 million products on Amazon. It's like, well, you haven't. You lied. That's the only thing with testimonials.
Yeah, 'cause stuff like
But how would anyone ever know?
where it says like
Well, this is what we were saying the other day about Booking.com, weren't we? About, how do we know how many seats are left or
You don't.
rooms? No, you don't know. But like that one, Michael, what did you say? Like Andy G, is that, or Lucy B?
Lucy B. I don't know if that's a made up person.
Like, it's really hard, isn't it? Because you can't.
Which is why Google ones are better, aren't they? Because they actually bring in a picture of the person, don't they? They're on Google.
Well, Google reviews, you have to actually be like you've got to have a Google account.
Yeah.
So there's some more legitimacy to it. But yeah, no, I'm indifferent with reviews. If you
Go back up to that one, face masks.
This one.
Yeah.
Face masks for thrill seekers. For motorbikes. Okay.
I'm just thinking of our motorbike client.
Yeah.
I quite like the way
Michael, slack that to Nick.
Is that a landing page? Just because it shows multiple different products. How would they come to this page? Like, what would they come from?
It's more a sales page than a landing page.
Quite like that. Can you cut that out for me and send it over?
Yeah, send that over to Nick. I like that. What's interesting about that is that they're all very different.
Yeah.
Yet all of them, this has been, I don't know where they've compiled this list from, but they're the top 20, was it? Top 25?
Yeah.
But all of them, I guess, are working to some degree. And this is, it's so subjective, Yes, take inspiration from a competitor or someone else in, maybe in your category, but it can, you'll find what works for you.
Yeah, and test different things out.
Mm.
But if you are going to test different things out, and you're going to take if you do split test, only split test one thing at a time. And I think, we can, how you make your buy button or whatever, can, a lot of people say, you make it this, can you make it that? As long as everything's legible and it looks good, it's right. Just make sure they know where to go, basically.
Just make sure the content's relevant to where, whatever ad or, however they've got to you. Is it relevant from that piece of content?
Yeah.
And if it's not, I'd, again, like that watch example, I know I wasn't sent to a landing page, but again, it's not relevant to me. I don't want to see a Rolex watch or
when you're looking for a running watch.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. But going on to that content piece, so we've run a couple of dynamic landing pages for clients, which are where, let's use our cat food brand, for example. So on our ads, we'll have a picture of a new cat, a kitten, and a picture of a old, ragged cat, like Dinky.
Yeah.
And Bovril. And what's lovely is that on these dynamic landing pages, depending on what content they've seen in that particular ad, you can then change the images to say, I want it to be a kitten versus
which is really cool, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So you could have one dynamic landing page which would suit the need of up to 5 different audiences. Now that's cool.
Is that difficult to do? Or?
Not for a business of our ilk.
We do it now, don't we?
Yeah, we do it now, yeah. And it's good, and it's really good. So rather than having 25, 30 different landing pages, you may only need 4 or 5. Obviously, there is some technical, aspect behind it, but it works so well because if the product's still the same, but you're just reliant on the image which has intrigued that consumer or that prospect to come into your ecosystem, again, it matches that.
Is that just going from a UTM from the ad, is it?
Yeah.
Everything's just UTM'd up.
Yeah. Yeah, which is really cool. So again, like that kitten example, kitten versus older cat, you, Michael, have been intrigued with this ad because it's a kitten. You've gone to the landing page and it's a kitten because we know that you're interested in kittens. Nick may have clicked on that link because it's an older cat and he can relate to an older cat. There's no point him going onto that landing page and seeing a kitten.
Is it just the image that changes, or we can change wording?
You can change the copy, you can change anything.
Wow.
Which is really good. And yeah, we run a number of these. But again, it's something that not many people are doing. It's not new technology, and like you said, it's the UTMs that are pulling that information in and making those landing pages dynamic. But it's a different level of landing pages. This isn't just a basic, one that we've seen now, although that they're not basic, but still it's a cut above. Good.
So, yeah, that's landing pages.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
I think you do it for any industry, even sort of consumer products. We see a lot of, what's the ClickFunnels type businesses, they've exploded.
Well, even better, because rather than even a progressive form, that's progressive pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you can do it for any industry. I don't think it's just service or just B2B. I think you can do it on consumer.
Yeah.
Whether it's collecting email addresses or again getting them into your sales cycle. If you're not using them as a marketing manager or a business owner, it's worth a test. You know,
Yeah.
there's so many systems out there now. You can build landing pages. You know, there's one we use. Lead pages. That's cheap. There's loads in there. So there's no.
And they're really good. Drag and drop templates. Start with a template. Change your images.
Yeah, you don't have to be a technical.
Which is what I love about it. I no one likes a blank piece of paper, but if you can just like put in a template you like, and then you put your own images in, and you've already got the copy in a certain aspect, and the font looks how you want it to look. It's nice and easy. Yeah,
like I said, you don't have to be like a dev guy or a technical wizard. You can just drag and drop, you know, or like I said, use templates already there. But
for sure.
Yeah, there's no example. Yeah, there's no excuse. I was going to say no example there. No excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go. Nick, it's been a pleasure having you back.
Yeah, thank you. So, having you back, I'm always here.
Yeah.
You see it as having me back because I come into the office for it.
I guess
the listeners, I'm just on it. They're like, where's he been? He was on the last one I listened to.
Yeah, it's because I don't see him very often, you see. So.
Well, if we're doing this all the Mondays, I'll probably just start coming to the office a bit more on Monday. I might just come in for the day on Monday.
Oh, what a joy.
You would, it is a joy.
Jason's a good lad.
Yeah.
He keeps me on my toes. Putting numbers on the board.
Did you put any numbers on the board today?
He has, yeah.
Good.
All right, Nick, see you next week.
Yeah, bye.